I'll say this to start. I've been very blessed and lucky over my 16 years as head coach here at Niagara to have some great associate head coaches and great assistant coaches that have had my back and certainly the best interests of every Niagara hockey player that's gone through this program. Jerry Fortin, Nate Handerhan, Greg Gardner, Tim Madsen, Pat Olivetto, and Eddie Olchuk did a great job for us. Recently, we had the opportunity to announce Michael Findorf on staff as an assistant coach. Michael was a 4-year defenseman at Miami of Ohio, played in 4 NCAA tournaments and a national championship game, so he's a great addition to our staff. But I guess this signifies the next step in our history here at Niagara Hockey, and it's with great pleasure and a lot of excitement that we announced that Ethan Moreau, 15-year National Hockey League pro, has agreed to come on staff here with us at Niagara.
Yeah,
so
thanks, Berkey. I appreciate it. Like Dave said, we met a long time ago, and it was my draft year. You don't forget the good people you meet in hockey and the good years that you have, and that was definitely something that started my career. And it seems not that long ago that we were together in Niagara Falls with Chris Johnstone, and everything kind of took off from there. It's exciting for me to come back to this area. My wife's from here. My son was born here. Hockey's taken us on a lot of different cities and a lot of different opportunities and adventures. But we've recently moved back to this area, and I'm honored that Berkey reached out to me and offered me this position. Well, I thought I was working at the hockey academy at the Harbor Center. And it was a good job. It was getting me back on the ice, and I think it started something inside me that I wanted to work with players, and more importantly, I wanted to be on a team. Having said that, I've kind of lived that lifestyle of the NHL. Those aren't my aspirations. I want to be in Niagara, and I want to be in NCAA hockey. It's a new chapter for me. It's something I can learn. I haven't done a lot, but I haven't done this. But to answer your question, obviously the position had to be available, and it was just timing. And life works out that way, and that's why, like I mentioned before, when you meet good people, sometimes it comes full circle, and it's just good karma, and it's good to keep those relationships. So it was more, I guess it was an opportunity, and it kind of coincided with us moving back.
I mean, this process was ongoing throughout a lot of the summer, and Ethan was pretty thorough, and it's been exciting for me in that, I have to train someone new to just the behind the scenes, how NCAA hockey works. But when we get in the lab, as we call it, when we get in the coaches room with the coaches board, it's just phenomenal talking hockey and X's and O's.
If I ever have a question, Michael's right beside me, and I have Berkey at the office next to me. So any questions I do have, that they're answered pretty quick because of his experience and obviously Berkey's experience.
Is that your plan going in? Berkey, you said forward coach. Michael's got defensemen. Is that sort of your philosophy going in? Will you be more of the forwards?
Well, in previous years, based on experience, like Tim Madsen handled penalty kill, and I handled power play. But I think as a group of 3, we're just going to share all the job duties and see where that takes us. So and it's great just to have two new fresh opinions, if you will, and like for our guys, our team, the 28 players that are getting ready to start. You get 2 new coaches that don't know the seniors from the freshmen. So every day is a tryout, every day is an audition, and it's really freshened it up. And so far, camp's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of my strengths is just how I can interact with people and athletes. And more specifically, I think that's what I'm going to do. I enjoy that part of it. I like talking about things like that. I like talking about leadership. I like how people think. I like to get in people's heads, especially our players, and just see where they're at. So it's that's fun for me. I'm still getting to know the players. I don't know them all that well. We haven't started the season. A lot of things change after a couple wins or a couple losses. So it's going to be a process for me to get to know the roster. But that's definitely something I'm going to try to bring. Is you can't teach leadership, but I can get to know the players and give my advice once I get to know them.
Well, you know what? I think what we've done, when you look, this is our 21st season. You look what we've done our past 20 seasons. We think we run a great program from top to trophy case will attest to that, and our you know, commencement in May would attest to that for the players that we graduate. So you know what, I would hope across the country we have a great reputation and able to attract you know, good people to the program.
Yeah, I'm very aware of what's happened in the past few years. You don't have to look too far back to the last time they were in the tournament either. So it's been done. That was another reason that, you know, the fact that Berkey's been to the tournament 4 times, so it's achievable, and I think that's where we want to go. We're not spending a lot of time on last year or the last 2 years. We want the players to have a fresh start and to get that confidence back, but in the back of their head they want to have that chip on their shoulder and they want to be angry at what's happened. But we haven't spent a lot of time or I haven't spent a lot of time dwelling about where we're at last year. We kind of have a new energy and we're moving forward, and I think we're going to be good. We're going to win here, and I think Michael and I will probably look better than we actually are if we do well this year, because a lot of it was circumstance and injuries. And
I can ask you again. Hockey players, I feel like have a photographic memory. So can you go through that goal for me? Do you remember that one?
Absolutely. I think I was trying to get away from Brad May. And I got the puck and on the left side, and I went around the net. It was kind of like a wraparound, but I came out a little bit further and just threw it at the net. Dom I guess he was right on the post. It just kind of snuck through. He's probably screened, but in my mind it was a straight in. So
Perfect.
It was a thrill.
and Berkey just